everybody. Chris Wood here. I am on just for a couple minutes to let everybody know that what has taken place with me is done. All the deforming in my skull, all the numbing, my splitting of my skull, my lung damage. I completely have no feeling or no breath on the right side of my lung. It is completely and totally gone. Every time I take a breath, it hurts like a son of a bitch because I cannot breathe and I cannot go to a fucking hospital. I most likely have lung cancer, and this is a result of one CEO of a hospital kicking me out of a hospital to prevent me help, and it was done through a security guard, a Paladin security guard. The day that it happened, my lung collapsed on me. This was close to 2 years ago. I have not had any fucking help since. I have what feels like a tube and a serious lump in my chest. No concern whatsoever. I can't go to a hospital. I can't go to a doctor. No matter what is done to me, I have to put up with it. My identity theft, my identity changes, the torture, the mutilations, and everything else because it's OPP revenge. For me, speaking of their human trafficking crimes, as anybody can see, there has been serious fucking changes to me, including from last night. I have not slept in 3 days. Bill Wooldridge, Blair Hardy, Tyler Lake, Jason Van Alstyne, Dale Hartwick, Tony Hearns, Ray LeBlanc, Blair Hardy, Billy Wooldridge. You are pieces of shit, lowlife. You are nothing more than OPP cocksuckers. You are murderers. You are drug traffickers. You are guilty of killing my mother. You're guilty of killing my dogs for OPP revenge, for free drugs, money, and drop charges. In the meantime, I'm the end of my bloodline. I'm going through this identity theft, and I'm being fucking murdered, and there is not a thing I can do. If I could get to a hospital and get an MRI or something without OPP involvement, or them saying I seen your file, accusing me of hallucinating and being delusional and calling me retarded while they are refusing medical help and treatment on me because of lies against me, I'm the end of my bloodline, and I'm now looking like OPP boss, pedophile, homosexual, one inmate, sex offender, Bill Wooldridge from 149 Center Street North, the most untouchable piece of shit in Napanee that used to stalk your children. He is a serious pedophile, lowlife. He lives at 149 Center Street North, bald glasses. He's a mimicker. He thinks that he's me. He thinks that we were switched at birth. Thinks that he is my dad, was calling my mother mom, and thinks that he is Harry Potter. He is the dumbest, most delusional piece of shit on planet Earth, and this is why OPP are using this kind of garbage, because of they can all claim insanity. That's not gonna fly, because every crime done to me, OPP, for the past 4 years, including being shot, has been with nothing but criminal intent, along with the hospitals or doctors. I am waiting to go to court here shortly to find out if I'm going to be more charged from the hospital to prevent me help to buy more time so they can continue to get away with what they're getting away with. I'm not going to mention who or what hospital, but as it stands, there is a CEO of a hospital who is guilty of attempted murder and aiding and covering up crimes for himself, for police, for Bill Wooldridge, for Blair Hardy, for Tyler Lake, for Jason Van Alstyne, and all the rest I've been naming. I'm being turned into a vegetable because of these fucking lowlifes who think that they are me. Having my fucking bloodline stolen, being completely deformed by a gimp named Jason Van Alstyne, the biggest fucking crackhead going, and he happens to be Robert Kane's little fuck toy. He sucks him off for crack cocaine. They are the meth dealers, and they are the ones that are committing the murders through OPP, Robert Kane, and other cops that are giving them laced fentanyl, and they are selling it to the addicts along with people in Kingston at the hub for overdose murders. And that's exactly what that's about. Isn't that right, Blair Hardy, Jason Van Alstyne? This is Tyler Teabag Lake. He is approximately 25 years old. He's guilty of murdering my dog, and he's guilty of identity theft on me with his boyfriend, boss, Blair Hardy, who happens to be boyfriend to OPP cop Spencer Mills. OPP cops that need to be arrested and criminally felony charged for attempted murder, kidnapping, sex assault with intent to commit and murder an entire bloodline by doing this to me for revenge retaliation so they could have sex with kids. I spoke up to save lives, and this is why this is happening to me. Ex-Chief or Commander, Ontario Provincial Police, 2019, drove a white Jeep Wrangler. He's guilty of premeditated attempted murder with intent to commit. He's guilty of injured torture crimes. He's guilty of sex slavery crimes. Spencer Mills, he's guilty of human trafficking, guilty of kidnapping, guilty of attempted murder with intent to commit, guilty of human trafficking, sex slavery trafficking, and stalking. Shannon Cork, she's guilty of stalking, she's guilty of human trafficking, and she's guilty of attempted murder and causing my mother's homicide through her boss, Bill Waldridge. I hold you responsible, Shannon Cork, for my mother's murder through him. They're staff sergeants, they are pedophiles, sex offenders, they're guilty of sodomy, sex assault, and kidnapping. There's a mental health worker, Stacy, now Kingston was Daily Tea Company. She left to further distance herself, girlfriend to a doctor who is a medical file falsifier and medical blacklister, and the reason that OPP and the rest of these pieces of shit can get people medically blacklisted through their bullshit lies against them. What has taken place with me is how OPP traffic frame and murder their victims. They're doing it above suspicion right here in Napanee to the poor, homeless, elderly, disabled. And they are getting away with it 4 years of going through this. Being seriously fucking deformed, having my brain burned out of my head while being called a liar while time is bought, damage is done, and now you're not going to turn around and turn this on me, OPP. One way or another, the hospitals and the cops and the rest of you lowlifes who are charging me $22,000 for arrest because you're extorting pieces of shit. I'm going to have you arrested and charged, and I'm going to sue you, and this is no threat in any way, shape, or form. I would not do that. I'm just letting you know, for the 4 years crimes against me, you are human trafficking, murdering lowlives. You're brain injuring, lobotomizing pieces of shit. You're torturing your victims to get away with the crimes to cause them serious long-term memory losses. You're causing cancer in your victims so you could play Pontius Pilate while you're murdering your victims. And that's all going here. That's all going on in Napanee through the cops, through Jason Van Alstyne, Tyler Lake, Blair Hardy, Billy Waldridge, and the rest. Congratulations, because my identity theft is done. I have no feeling in the right side, the left side of my head now. My right side is fucked. My left side is completely screwed. Like I said, if I could get an MRI and the doctors would actually fucking listen to me and see proof instead of paying attention to bullshit lies about me being suicidal, self-harm, or drug addict, and them accusing me of being delusional and hallucinating right then and there, that is fucking, and I can prove you wrong. I can prove you 100% fucking wrong. So you're having a lawsuit come against you for human rights violations, medical violations, and a lot of other serious crimes through OPP. This is all from the cops. Be safe, everybody. Watch yourselves, watch your children. There's nothing I can do about this because it's OPP revenge, and I am not taking a fall for any of your pedophiles, sex offender, lowlives, OPP. I don't care how much time you bought, you fucking pieces of shit. You think my life is a game? You think that you can buy, sell, or trade anybody you want and get away with it? Because that's exactly what you're doing. You're buy, selling, and trading. You're forcing suicide murders. You are fucking scum. And you're using pieces of shit like Tyler Lake, Jay Van Alstyne, Bill Waldridge, Blair Hardy, all of these delusional fucking junkies that you cannot and will not touch because you are cops that are owned. You are criminally Hells Angels owned cops. And that's a fact. And you don't have to prove nothing. Meanwhile, on the end of my bloodline, I'm being deformed to look like fucking homosexual Blair Hardy, Billy Waldridge, Tyler Lake, a combination of all of these low-life fucking junkies. Congratulations, you bastards. I am going to sue you. Expect at least $150 million for what Blair Hardy and Billy Waldridge and the rest are doing for OPP. $50 million for the attempted murder and my identity theft on me. $50 million for the murder of my mother. for revenge retaliation because you are terrorist. Be safe, everybody.